what's up, everyone? I realized I've kind of been slacking with the number of videos I used to, upload multiple videos at a time, like sometimes 5, sometimes more. Sometimes my internet would fuck up. But I realized lately I've kind of been slacking, and I've gotten a few more subscribers. Last I looked at 284. So to any new people out there, first off, thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate that. And then also, I'm going to be doing more videos. I haven't had a lot of time to look at my messages, and I don't get all that many sets. That kind of makes me feel better, because I don't like to just blow people off, like, send them, if they send me a comment, or, PM, things like that, where I just kind of say, well, I'm not going to respond. I read all the comments that are on my videos. If I get a new comment, like most people know who make videos, you get like one. It's not going to have every fucking comment that people put. But I read all comments, just so everyone knows. But I wrote down a few things on my hand as I was watching my last video. My last few videos I've watched, and then I kind of did a search. One in particular, it's one of my videos. I remember I caught a lot of shit for it, and that's guns. It was on my video, Gay Rights and Me. I had made the comparison of gay rights, talk about the freedoms and things like that, to Bill Clinton taking away certain gun rights that people had in the 90s, which is like the AK-47 things. Like the ones over here were fine, but then you couldn't buy, like the country wouldn't bring in any more. Now, if you found an AK-47 at a gun show, it was standard shit, you could buy it and it was legal. But then they went up in price a little bit because, they were rare, they weren't bringing more in. Now, a lot of people had said, well, that does trample on our freedom to own guns. Maybe it does, but here's the thing. Like, the Second Amendment wasn't written with that kind of shit in mind. It was talking about, like, defending yourself. And then they had this constant breathing over them of the British invading again. Because they did invade again. A lot of people forget this one, but the War of 1812, Brits, invaded it, burned down the White House. Before it was called the Presidential Mansion, and then they painted white to cover up the charred wood. The Capitol was burned down, the dome was destroyed, they had to rebuild that, and it's stone now, and I've been there, and, I'm not really all that into America, with a lot of the shit we've done lately, but, I'm appreciative of the things America does for not only its own citizens, but for other people, that is cool. But, the gun thing, do you really need a machine gun? No. Do you need a semi-automatic gun? No. Let's not forget those DC snipers. What were they using? They were using a Bushmaster. And what that is a semi-automatic version of an M16, which is what the military uses. Of course, the military is going to go full automatic. Because, in war, you want something that's just going to fucking spray out bullets. But, the thing that just fucks with me is, like, what, do you really need that? Like, gun collectors, like my grandpa, who, if I met him, I don't remember. He lives down in Texas. That's from my mom's side. My mom was never really in my life, but he's a gun collector. He's got over 100 guns. But he likes guns. And that's fine. I have no problem with that. If you like guns, cool. But, with people, they try to say, it shouldn't matter whether I need it or not. And I'm the kind of person that says, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. That's true. Tools are one thing, like, maybe I'll never use it, or I'll use it a couple times, and then I just kind of, put it with the rest of my shit. And then guitar parts, I've stripped down a lot of guitars, and I've kept little things like the potentiometers, or pots, as some people call them, jacks, pickups, things like that. And I have a bunch, I just have, like, shit, like this table thing right here just has some shit on it from guitars and various things I pulled from. And like, I may not use it immediately, but maybe eventually I'll come up with something like, well, here's a project guitar that I want to do, and I'm going to use some of the parts from this other guitar that I took. That's fine. And, guns, same thing. Like, if someone breaks into your house and you got a fucking shotgun, who's going to argue with a shotgun in your fucking face? Whether you know it's loaded or not, it doesn't matter. Most robberies are done with guns that aren't even loaded. So, I mean, I get that, but I kind of want to clear up. And I know this is like kind of like that's an old video, but you know, and I made comments back and forth to people, but you know, I just want to say that. So that's gonna be the end of this video. So till next time, I'll see y'all later.